Hello and welcome. In this video, we will see how to configure real-time and historical trend in the TI portal WinCC. So, basically trends are essential part in the any automation system. Trends are used to see live value, historical value. We can analyze our process variable. Also, it is used to diagnose any issue in the automation system. So, let's begin. So, here we have configured one 1215C PLC and we have taken one TP1200 HMI. So what we will do, we will add one DB and we will add some process value. Temperature and pressure. We will download it into the CPU. So we can communicate those two variable into the HMI. Okay, so now what we will do, we will go to the HMI and we will take trend view. So in the trend view, if we click on add new, we can be able to add a new trend. Okay, so here we can select the type, we can select the style of the trend. So like bar, interpolated, points or stepped. So usually interpolated majorly used mode. So simply we will select it. Line style, dashed line, solid line. So how many samples you want to see on trend view? So here it is selected 100. We can increase as per our requirement or we can decrease as per our requirement. Trend type. So here real-time trend and historical trend. So cyclical real-time trend and datalog trend. So there are two more types, bit triggered buffer and bit triggered real time. So these two types are mostly, they are not mostly used, but they are used for specific purpose, like for small amount of time if you want to view more sample, let's say for 5-6 seconds, let's say for 5-6 seconds of time you want to view more samples of any process variable, then we can configure this type of trend. So here we will see first historical trend. Historical trend means data log and real time trend means cyclical real time. So here we will configure data log. So before configuring data log, we have to configure historical data. So let's come to the historical data. Here already I have added, so I delete it. So here we can configure add new. So which type of file do we want? CSV file, RDB file or text file? Here we can select. So by default RDB is selected, so we can select RDB. How many data records we required per log? So here it is 500. If we want more data, we can increase this data record. here is the storage path. We can store the data in SD card of the HMI, USB of the HMI, or we can simply store the data on the network location. Logging method, it is circular. Simply it will start when our runtime starts. So we can start the logging based on the particular trigger. So this historical data log configuration is done. So what we will do, we will come to here and here. So we have to select the data log. So here data log 1 is available. So from the data log, okay, so again I think one setting we missed. In the historical data we have not added any. So this data underscore log 1 is our data log file. So we have to add the process values. So how many process values are there? So we can add it. So first is temperature, next is pressure. So here we have to select the tag. So here first is temperature and next one is pressure. Acquisition mode cyclic, on demand or on change we can select, but here cyclically we will select. Logging cycle, after how many seconds we want to record data. So here 1 second, 2 second, 5 seconds, 10 second, 1 minute. So based on the available cycles we can select 1 second. Based on the data, based on the size of the SD card, USB, we can select the logging cycle. So here we will select 1 second. So now this setting is completed. So here again in the trend setting, in the source setting we have selected data log file. So here under data log file we have to select temperature. Next one is our pressure. First one is a temperature and second one is pressure. So here we can select the color as well. So here red, and for temperature we can select the desired color. So blue and red. So temperature one is, trend one is temperature, pressure. So I think setting is completed. So what we can do, simply we can go to the PLC and we will see the data values on the temperature and pressure. So let us force some value, let's say 27 on the temperature and 5 bar on the pressure, and let us put the HMI in the runtime. So if you see, you you can see the value 27 and 5. You can see the tag connection, that data block, temperature. The first one is the temperature, second one is a pressure. If we change the value, 53, 19. So here from this cursor we can very easily find out the value. From this toolbar we can stop the trend, we can take it reverse, we can take it forward, zoom in, zoom out, and we can move the cursor. We can enable and disable the cursor, and we can move the cursor. So in this way we can show the historical trend in the WinCC. Now let us see how to show real-time trend. So again we come to the screen. So here data type we have selected datalog. So simply we have to select cyclical real time. So it will show real value. So here we have historical, so we can take the date and time backward, so we can very easily see the logged value. Okay, so coming back to the setting, so here simply we can set the real time for both the tag, and here we have to select the real time tag. So here I think we have already selected temperature, and the next one pressure. So here we can change the from which side we want trend. So now we will see it from right side. So rest of the cosmetic setting we can do it from the appearance. We can change the color, axis color, background color, orientation, line style. So rest of the thing we can change it from this properties. So time axis, how much interval we want, so how much axis time, left value axis, how much is the limit, what should be the limit. So we can set it here. If we want particular tag, then we can enter the tag here, right value axis, left value axis. So all these settings we can do it from the properties. Coming back to the real-time trend setting, so setting is done. So what we will do, we will save the project and simply we will start the runtime. Now it will show only runtime trend. It will not show any historical data. So here it will show only runtime trend. It will not show any old data. If we change it, if we change the value So the value is changed. So in this way, we can configure the real-time trend. So there is one more type of trend is available in the Siemens. So what we will do, we will add one more screen. So there is one more type of trend. So now we have taken the temperature parameter, we have taken the pressure parameter, but those parameter we have taken against time. So here one more trend is available. So in this trend, what we can do, we can select temperature and pressure parameter not against time. Those we can take against each other. That means on the left hand side, axis, we can select temperature, and on the time axis, that is on the x axis, we can select pressure, and we can see the behavior of the temperature and pressure against each other. So this type of analysis, it is required mostly in the biotechnological application. So let us see how to use that. Now let us say we have two parameters, temperature and pressure. So if you see, we can from the properties, we can change the appearance, windows. So here on the x axis, let's say we have to on the x axis we can give temperature. So here you can see temperature, and on the y axis we can give pressure. So now after that, in the trend, we can select the data source. Now here we can select the logging tags or runtime tags. Here we will select runtime tags. If we want to select historical tags, we can select the logging tag. So if we want runtime, so here we will select tags only. So for the x axis we have temperature, so we will select temperature on the x axis, and on the y axis we will select the pressure. Update cycle 1 second, we can select it as per our requirement. Once the setting is done, simply we can put it in the runtime, and we can see how the temperature and pressure behaves against each other. Okay, now so what we will do, we will take out the cursor so that we will easily understand the behavior. So let us come back to the db, and we will keep very simple values. Let's say 1 and 1. Here we will say 2 and 2. See, you can see here pressure is 2, temperature is 2. Now we will set it here 3. Steps should be appear here. Okay, so 3, 3. If we set 4 temperature, pressure 4. So here you can see when pressure was 1, temperature was also 1. When temperature was when pressure was when temperature was 2, pressure went to 2. So like this, if we change here again 5, 5, see, you can see the step. Again, if we change it to the 10, and again this value is to the pressure 10. Eleven. So in this way we can see the behavior of the two process variable against each other. Thank you. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe.